angle alert. What do you think? We're cooking tonight. What do I got? What do I got? A sirloin tri-tip. I don't think this one's gonna be a 30-minute meal. It's currently 7:30, 7:27 if you want to be official. But I had it sitting out here. And I sprinkled some, what do we got? Mama found this sea salt flakes wild garlic. So I'll show you that in a second. I sprinkled some of that on there and letting the moisture draw out and come out to room temperature. And I think my plan is, I got some veggies, specifically some tomatoes that I grew, bell pepper that I grew. I've got some carrots, celery, onion. Can you think what I'm thinking? We're gonna make a roast. I'm gonna try it a little bit different though. I've never tried this before. A little bit of an experiment. I can sit here like this. So, experiment, sirloin tri-tip roast. Then I'm gonna sear it in this iron skillet. Like 2-3 minutes each side. And then I'm gonna put the veggies, carrots, celery, onion. Throw a couple of these tomatoes. Tomatoes aren't usually in there, I don't think, in a pot roast, but I grew them, got a lot of them, gotta eat them before they go bad. So, a little experiment, a little twist, you know? And I'm just gonna pour in some beef broth. I'm making some bouillon. I'm just gonna pour it. I'm gonna throw my veggies in, kind of need a little sear at the end. Yeah, I'll probably sear it one side, flip the meat, keep it seared again, and I'm gonna throw all my veggies in at once. So they'll get a little bit of a cook on them. Then I'm gonna pour a broth, maybe about a cup. See how that looks, maybe a cup and a half, 2 cups. But probably a cup. I don't know, we'll see how it goes. And then I'm gonna throw it in the oven and bake it for a little bit. Maybe 30 minutes, because it's not too thick. I'll show it to you in a second. Might as well just show it to you now. So it's not a huge roast. I think it was a 2-pounder. So that's the thickness level. And I got this thick salt. Hasn't fully melted on there yet. Maybe I'll flip it and see how this side looks. That side's pretty fatty. Uh-oh, lost some salt. That side absorbed the salt. So let me put a little bit more salt on there. This smells garlicky. So this is from C'est la vie. What a name. C'est la vie. All right, let me put a little more of that salt back on there. Pat them down. Probably don't even need it, but felt like I lost a little bit, so I'll add it. And hit that wash. All right, so side, we're going potatoes. Gonna make my famous mashed potatoes. Say, hey there. Why did I put it way up here if I'm gonna just zoom in? Hey there. Gonna make my famous mashed potatoes. Today we're gonna use honey gold bite-sized potatoes. All right, still gotta work on my thumbnail. I don't think that's gonna be good enough for it, but I like leaning in now. I don't know if this will be always my forever spot, but just trying to move it around the little. It's currently sitting on the sugar tin, the sugar jar, a plastic jar of sugar. What would you call it? A sugar jug? Sugar bowl? Not quite a bowl because it's more of a cylinder. You're sitting currently on the sugar cylinder. Well, anyways, how you doing? How's your day going? You doing all right? Let me know. What do you think? What do you think about this recipe? You think it's gonna be, what do they say? There's gonna be a boom or a bust. Would it get 5 booms? We bring the boom. All right, enough yammering. Let's get to dinner. All right, just wash these honey golds. They're about this size. I don't even think I'm gonna chop them today. I'm just gonna boil them whole and smash them up. Ooh, hold on now, pause. These are my honey golds. Just wash them. I don't even think I'm gonna chop them. You could slice these up into halves or quarters and then smash them all up, make the mashed potatoes. But I think I'm gonna go whole this time. The holy holes. Like a donut hole, you know, dunking. And they'll be dunking in that water in a minute. I'm gonna bore you with my whole mashed potato cook. If I remember, I'll put a link in the description when I showcased my version of mashed potatoes. We're basically getting those pop going. These usually take about the longest. This roast might take a little bit longer too, because I usually don't bake things. I'm more of a, well, I'm still using the iron skillet, but Usually I cook it all the way in the iron skillet. All right, come on. About to dump these in, prep them veggies. Let's get to searing. I'll give you that little sizzle action shot. And today's seasoning of choice, coffee rub by 4 Rivers. So this one's already got salt in it, and I salted it, so I'm not gonna go too heavy on it, but it's gonna be good. You gotta get some of that coffee. Wake you up like a red eye, huh? I guess it'll be like a red eye gravy. I don't know where I was going with that one. Lord. Let's see. Let me see how this shake comes out. Can you see that? I'm still putting a generous amount. Slap that down. It's a little bouncy today, like a trampoline. All right, let's do the flip. Uh-oh, lost some seasoning and salt. Let's see. This side's the more fatty side, so I'm probably gonna leave that like up. So when I sear it, let me think. I'm gonna flip it back in the pan that way. So I sear that fat, but then when I flip it one more time, I'm gonna leave the fat on top, so maybe it drips down as it bakes in the oven. That looks pretty good. It's all seasoned up, the sides a little bit. All right, let's get that pan heated. All right, these are the little flatty carrots, but just gonna give them a little rough chop. Nothing too crazy, just maybe slice them in thirds. Whoa, I just had a piece jump. It jumped like, you ever seen those little, they're like little plastic frogs and they have a little tab on the back. You get them like at arcades and you tap them and then go jump. That's what that carrot looked like it did. But since these are only gonna bake in the oven for like maybe 30 minutes, kind of gonna go a little smaller on my veg. A little pile, maybe a little more. I like carrots. You've made it this far. What are you doing? Like, comment, and subscribe. All right, pulled it back. That's about the carrot amount I'm using. And I'm gonna go with 3 celeries. Celery stalks, oh God. Come on, 3 celeries. Kind of doing these a little smaller. Nothing too crazy. Chopping all 3 to try to speed up my quickness. Then I'll switch to get a little more precise when I get down to the lower regions. The lower regions of a celery stalk. I don't know. Do people talk like that? That's about the gist of how much veggies I'm going. I'm gonna probably do 2 onion and then a pepper and some tomatoes. I already had a partial onion in a bag, so I'll use one of those. Give them a little choppy. Oh, and also I made some coleslaw earlier today, and I never got around to eating it, so that's gonna be another side. So that's about 1 onion. Let's go ahead and throw another onion on. You guys like onions? If you do, what's your favorite type? You like green onion, red onion, white onion, yellow onion, sweet onion? I think these are Vidalias. That's what I usually get, like the sweet onions. But I'm not opposed. I like the red onions too. Honestly, I haven't really cooked much with white onions, and I do not know why. I always kind of just not get them. Sometimes I get the yellows, but usually I try to find the sweet ones or those real big ones. Sometimes down in Florida we have strawberry onions, and during strawberry season, those are really good. You get them usually at Plant City. They're extra sweet. They've been guarding those strawberries all year or all winter when they're growing them. If you ever find yourself in Plant City, Florida, around wintertime, you need to go check out a veggie stand or Felton's. Get you some strawberry onions. Can't go wrong with those. All right, there's kind of a lot of onions. I don't really know if I need this many, but can you ever have too many onions? Then over here I got some heirloom tomatoes. Not sure if they're gonna be good inside of this pot roast, but I grew them and I got a lot of them, so let's throw them in there. Might have to add a little extra flavor. These are some funky monkey looking ones. Look at that guy. It's like 3 potatoes. It's like 3 tomatoes in one. I always want to call tomatoes potatoes, and I have no idea. Must always have potatoes on the brain. Potatoes in the mind, or am I just a Mr. Potato Head myself? Look at the color on those. They have a crazy color and shape. Loving these heirlooms. They're real fresh and tasty. All right, guys. Well, it's time to smoke this joint out. Ready for a sear? Here we go. That was a nice little sizzle sazzle on that one. All right, got one more veggie to go. I also grew this bell pepper, so gonna go throw him in the, I don't know what you want to call this thing, a stew or roast. But since it came out in the garden and it's fresh, I'll throw it in there. Ah, I almost cut my finger off. Add in some extra flavor. There we go, bell pepper going in. There's the veggies. They're looking, oh, you won't turn no more? I gotta pull this thing out, hold on. All right, might be too many veggies for this meal, but we're working with it today. Maybe a little reduce down. Okie dokie. Let's see if we can get an action shot. See if I seared this thing long enough. Oh yeah, it's got a good sear on it. All right. Uh-oh, telephone. They must have heard I was cooking. All right, and I'm just gonna throw in a little olive oil on top of there. Get some smoke going. And I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna throw my veggies in. Throw them all in there. Get some onion. Put these tomatoes and peppers on top. I'm gonna pile them in there like that. Let them cook for a little bit. I'm gonna hit some salt. Some pepper. Salt, pepper, my favorite. Complete. Pile some of that on there. And I'm gonna flip it around. Oh, you know I'm team wooden spoon gang. So I'm kind of just like mix this around. And I'll probably hit a little more seasoning on top of them. Because I'll push the ones that I seasoned down. Like that. Get that little mixture going around. Come back in with some more complete. Black pepper. A little bit of salt because I don't want to hit a lot of salt because we're going to be putting some that bouillon on there. And that bouillon's pretty salty. Hit a little more olive oil for the veggies. And darn, I forgot to put in some garlic. I'm gonna go out and smash up a couple cloves real quick. Do a little rough chop on that and throw them in there. Probably like 4 or 5 this size. Gotta get that. What do you call? I still don't know. I gotta look that up. What is this? The paper that's on garlic. The garlic husk? I forget what I don't forget, but I don't know what it's called. I gotta look that up. Anybody know? Drop a comment and let me know. What is the paper or the husk? This stuff you gotta peel off of garlic. What the heck is it called? Alright. Let me do just a little choppy. Get that. I'm just gonna call it the paper for now. I did not like this cloves of garlic that I bought. It was deceiving. And it's been driving me crazy lately. I thought it was kind of a big one, but then when you go to open it up, it's like a whole bunch of little small cloves in it. Where I thought it was going to be a bunch, like maybe just big ones. I got ripped off. All right, let me show you. Get that paper off of there. That one's got the paper too. Jeez. I don't know, throwing that much garlic in there. I gotta get it in the oven. And I got this bowl. Didn't really measure it. I gotta move quick because my thing's still in the pan. I don't want it to get overcooked. But it's about maybe a cup and a half of water. I just whip up this bouillon in it. And I'm gonna pour it over those veggies. And then we'll bake it. See what happens. Let's see. We'll pour this in. There we go. So it's like 3/4 full of water, of liquid. I'm gonna just throw it in the oven. Throw those couple veggies on top. All right. Whew. Be careful now. Don't underestimate your iron skillet. I know they're pretty heavy, but then I had the 2-pound roast in there, all the veggies, and I had the cup and a half, 2 cups of water. I was like, I almost lost it. I should have two-handed that thing. I was like, stretch Armstrong, about broke my wrist. All right, and for the timing wise, I put the timer to 25 minutes. I left that roast on the burner. I should have probably pulled it off. But when I was prepping the veggies and the water, or hindsight, I should have probably prepped all the veggies and the water first. But I left it on the burner for probably like 5 minutes. I only wanted to leave it there on like 2. So I don't know if the bottom got really more cooked, something like that. But I planned on putting it in the oven. Long story short, I planned on putting it in the oven for 30 minutes, but instead I set the timer for 25. I hope that's enough for the veggies. And I got a little timer, or not a timer, a meat thermometer hanging just above you, right there. Can't see it, but it's right, maybe it's just right behind you. That's my broken wrist action. All right. I'm putting it in at 5 minutes less because I left it on the burner for a little bit longer than I wanted to. And I'll check it, it's about 25 minutes. Potatoes are still over there boiling. I didn't figure, since I had a little bit of time on the roast, I didn't chop them. It's because I didn't need to cook them as quick as usual. So they're going a little longer. So I had a little time, wiped down the kitchen. I had some seasonings going everywhere. Oh, yeah. Just hanging out now. I got about 20 minutes, 21 minutes to be exact. We're just chilling. It's about 8 o'clock now. So what y'all up to? Do anything fun this week? For me, right now, I'm recording, it's a Monday. Who's got a case of the Mondays? I don't know why that Office Space always comes into my head when I say Monday. But hope you had a good weekend. It's the weekend after Easter is when I was recording this. So I think it's it's not May. It's April 27th, I want to say. That might be the 28th. Oof. Where is this calendar? I've been saying almost every video I need to get a calendar. All right. What you been up to? Let me know. Well, doggone it. I think I got another twist for you. Today, guess I'll backtrack. When I make my mashed potatoes, I usually do about 3/4 of a cup to a cup of heavy whipping cream. I use about a stick of butter, salt, pepper. But today, which I don't think I've ever done, I've had this Gouda cheese for a long time. It's not a long time. I mean, it's still good. It's good till June. But I've had it. I got it from Aldi. Imported from the Netherlands. Wow. I had it like almost 2 months. Just been down the cheese drawer, just begging to be used. Today's the day. So I think when I get these mashed potatoes out, gonna pour them off, throw the butter back in there, throw the veggies. God, throw the potatoes in there. I'm gonna shred this up. It's got like a cool rind to it. Can you see that? Almost looks like a wood grain. Wow, thousand day. So I guess he's been waiting his whole life to be used. 1,000 days, that's like almost 3 years. So I guess the 2 months award-winning cheese, aged Gouda. Gouda? 5 ounces. 5 ounces of Gouda going in there. Is it gonna be a Gouda time? I tried. I'm gonna shred this and put this in the mashed potatoes. It's gonna be Gouda. All right. And when your potatoes start floating, you know they're done. I hope this cheese melts. It's kind of hard. I've chopped it up little pieces. See how it goes. If not, I might have had some lumpy, cheesy mashed potatoes. Some butter. About a stick. I sliced it up. Didn't really look like it, but I did. All right. Hit it with that Gouda. Gouda going in. Smashy. I had to let this melt down a little bit. Got the burner at a 2. The potatoes should be hot enough to melt all this. Definitely enough hot to butter. Had a party foul, the camera fell. All right. New angle alert. Bringing these in here. I'm gonna wait a little bit to throw the cream in there. See if I can let that cheese melt down. Then I'm not gonna put as much salt. I think I already said that already. Because that cheese is salty. Load up some of that ground pepper though. I like to use that thick pepper. Put a decent amount in there. All right, I'm gonna let that chill for a minute. Let that cheese melt down. Normally I'll throw everything in there, salt, pepper, butter, and cream all at the same time and whip it. This time, since I got the Gouda in there, I'm gonna let it, it's not the most melty of cheeses. It seems kind of hard. So I'm letting it cook down or melt down with that butter, let it soften up. Then I'll go in my heavy cream and whip, 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 whip. Currently we've got 6 minutes left on that burner with that roast. Should we take a peek at it? We should. Action shot. Kind of lackluster. It's not even boiling, so I don't really know if that's cooking. I saw a little bloop bloop. Maybe I should stir it a little bit. How it's looking. Still, it's pretty soupy. It's feeling nice. Should I hit it? Ow. Oh, sorry, probably couldn't see there. So stirring it up is pretty juicy. Look at these veggies. Maybe I should hit it with a thermometer. Yeah, maybe that's a good idea. So close, so close. All right, my chart, 145 for beef rare. So maybe my 25 minutes was an estimation. Why is that word so hard to say? Well, maybe another 10 minutes then. Maybe I should have left it at the 30. The timer says 4. Let's let it go 10. I like my beef a little rare. I don't know about y'all. I just gotta get up to like 150. That's only 20 degrees. I think we can do that in 10 minutes. And I don't know if it'll sit still and let me whip at the same time. But that's how we're looking with our Gouda. It's not completely melting, but it's melty a little bit. So we'll probably just get like little pockets of cheesy goodness. So I think it's gonna be good. I need to add that cream in there though. So it kind of didn't make as much as I thought it would. It's got a little bit of orangey color from the Gouda, but my Lord, that was a good choice. This is really good. Had it all whipped up in there, nice and fluffy. There's a little bit of Gouda left. Kind of give me a little taste. So some of the chunks of Gouda are still in there, little smaller ones. It wasn't the most melty of cheeses. When I chopped it up, it was kind of hard and dried. Probably because it was a 1,000-day cheese. Might be better to use a softer one or like a fresh Gouda. But it's hitting them right. It's got that right flavor. Ain't as much salt as usual. A little bit of salt, cream, butter. Woo! This might be my new thing, adding cheese to mashed potatoes. Timer says 2 minutes. Ooh, it's bubbling. It's looking good. That beef broth down there. Bubble, 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 bubble. Well, we're at the final stretch. Just hit that temperature on it. One side said 138, one side said 144. Where'd my chart go? Here's my little chart been going off of. I don't even know if you can read that. But it jumps. 145 for beef and pork rare. Then it goes all the way to 160 for ground beef and pork. 165 for beef and pork medium. 170 for, well, it better taste well, but not be well done. Something, I don't know. Failed with that joke. You want to see my coleslaw? Timer just went off, so we had it in there for 35 minutes. I don't know why it's looking so white. It said it was good till today. This is looking like some white coleslaw. Too much mayo? See how it's tasting. Let me get a little snippet. Good. There's my coleslaw. Well, the bag of the greens, it was the coleslaw mix. Said it was good to the 26th. Wasn't like it was already pre-made or anything with mayonnaise. So I'm less scared of old lettuce leaves. Is this lettuce? Probably cabbage. I'm less scared of cabbage leaves than I am of old mayonnaise. Was that mine? I don't think so. I'll keep my day job. Well, let's get you an action shot. I'm gonna two-hand it this time because last time going in, it was heavy. Woo, just got hit with a bunch of steam. My glasses are fogged up. I cannot see. So I hope I did not spill this on me. Was that did that one rhyme? Maybe that was my rhyme. Ooh, the carrots look cooked. Can you see it? This is looking beautiful, actually. I don't know about y'all, but I'm pretty excited about this one. This one is looking good. Let me show you. This might be the move. It just kind of came to me like to bake it inside of a broth. Hopefully it's good because I guess I didn't really season the broth too much. I seasoned the veggies with the broth. That's the meat. That's looking good, honestly. Kind of scared to cut it out. Here's my Gouda mashed potatoes. You can kind of see like, I don't know if I can show on camera. Maybe there's a little chunk. Maybe there's a little chunk. So you get little special surprises when you eat this. Like if you feel extra love, you get that little bonus Gouda hit in your body. Oh, and there went my spoon, but there's the coleslaw. This is kind of a big meal. Almost like Thanksgiving style. All right. I don't know why, but that put a smile on my face. This thing kind of came together. Looking nice. Looking nice. I'm kind of excited. All right, I'm gonna try to slice it and serve it up. I'll show you my plate. I'll show you a plate, maybe more plate. I don't know if I'm gonna put it in a bowl or a plate. I guess plate because it's got the sides. I'll just like maybe goop on some of the it's not, I don't know, is it technically a gravy? Or just a broth with the juice of the veggies? Maybe I'll drain a little off. I'm getting a little too excited. I'll show you. All right. So let's see. I'm gonna try to cut it while it's in here. Maybe like this. It's gonna be 3 people. Let's see how this cook is on here. Ooh. That's looking nice, right? Can you see? Let's see if I can turn this. It's a nice color. It's not too pink. I mean, not too rare. Yeah. What do you think? That's decent, right? Let's do another slice on it. Ooh, this is looking beautiful, honestly. What y'all think about that? That's a good color. That's how the meat's looking. Should I put the veggies all over top of it? What if it would be prettier if it's like here? Or I'll do it over top maybe. You got that juice right there? Ooh, that's looking nice. Let me drain the juice off this time. I'm gonna cover it, like hide the meat. That'll be like a surprise when you go to eat that meat. You'd be like, ooh, what are these veggies? I'll plop this right on top of there to get some of that meat juice in there. Ooh, I see a chunk of cheese in there. That's looking nice. Can it show it on camera? Okay. It's a little juicy. So I don't know if it's gonna mix well with the coleslaw. First I put that coleslaw on another plate. Whoa, wham, bam, that's a meal. Guys, I wish I could serve you a plate of this. I'm like really excited about this one. I don't like to brag about myself, but whoa, I think I did a good job. The meat with the veggies, the Gouda mashed potatoes, homemade coleslaw. It's 8:34. I think I knocked this out in an hour. Woo, I'm loving this. All right, dinner is served. Woo. Spoiler alert, I've already had the coleslaw. You've already seen me take a bite of this mashed potatoes. That's gonna be my new trick, putting cheese in mashed potatoes. Check out these veggies. Okay. They cook down good, soft. The carrots got tender, onions got tender. You can taste the seasoning and the beef broth in it. That was a good choice. I can taste heavy on that bell pepper. The thing's fresh from the garden. Nothing like it. Okay. So, 1, 2, 3, good. Now it's about that meat. Check out that beefaroni. It's soft and tender. I thought I'd be more A little tough, a sirloin tri-tip. Especially with that sear on it, with that coffee rub. And this juice. This is a meal. Oh, that's how it's looking. I mean, a slop plate. I ain't scared of having a wet plate. I put that juice on there and them carrots. They're soft and they pick up that flavor. Like I said, from that broth and the badia. Man, I need to start doing some show and tell so I can give y'all some of this eats. Definitely go make these mashed potatoes. Or just make some, put some cheese in there. Let me get there with some of that beef broth. That's good too, mixing with that broth. I wonder what kind of gravy would be good with this one, like a white or brown. I could probably make a brown gravy with some of that. There's a little bit of extra broth in the pan. That coleslaw. I got some more of the wetness that's in that broth. If I threw some flour in there and cooked it down, and some oil, I couldn't turn this into a gravy. But, all right, I'll quit bragging about this. I don't want to make y'all too jealous, but dang. I don't want to say I outdid myself, but I think I might have outdone myself with this one. I am very happy. I'm gonna give it a 9.4. A couple little tweaks I could do. The cheese, I could have chopped it a little smaller so it melted throughout it a little bit. What else? What else was I gonna say? The meat cooked well. I got a good on that. Dang, there was something else I would have added. Maybe I could have added a little Worcestershire to it. Give it a little bit, or some of that Johnny Jump Ups. Give that broth and a little extra. Or added some zucchini in this. This is some zucchini or some squash. That would put it to another level. But I'm happy. Sorry, this one's a little long-winded, but hope you're having a good day. Thanks for watching. If you made it through, you're a champ. Go make this meal as soon as you can. All right, y'all. Hope you have a great day. Bye.